We're here.
We're here.
I woke up.
Happy Martin Luther King Day.
Monday. Literal Monday.
It's a Monday.
It's a Monday.
I'm so excited to answer these questions because there's a million.
It's just like a scroll of questions.
It is a scroll. It is a scroll. Shout out to Jessie for sending such a magnificent scroll. I don't think I had this many questions when I was in the program.
She's got a lot of questions, and they're good questions.
They're great questions. I'm glad she's thinking critically because I admit that I was not thinking critically when I was a student. I just kind of like showed up and then
When
good
I was a
things happened.
student, I was like, don't post on social media. And then now I'm a social media manager, so like, what is that even about?
Life is wild. Also,
Wild.
same. I never posted. I still
No, no,
don't.
no. I do
You
post.
post now.
And I was like, interpreters shouldn't post.
Oh, I see. I see. You're just against the grain.
I mean, eh.
Eh, great.
I needed to do like a 5-minute presentation, and what do I know? Social media in 2013.
Um, this is not related. But why are you sleepy? Why did you not sleep? Did you sleep?
I did sleep.
You did sleep.
I did sleep. Someone interpreted 2 shows yesterday that were like, what, hours apart? Like 8 hours apart.
You
It's a
did
long
so
day.
good.
I was air guitaring to an audience of hearing people. They
The
were like,
both
you
shows.
look so cool.
Both shows.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, both shows.
Love that. Okay. Okay. Let me pull up these questions. Shall I?
You shall.
Okay. Okay. Please holding. Let's go.
Please holding.
Please holding.
That's my fault, I feel like.
Oh,
I feel like
now
I reminded you about please holding.
I love it too much. I
You're
want to put it on a
you're
t-shirt.
fine. I don't know if you should.
No.
Sounds questionable at best.
Definitely questionable. I still want to. I said it like 10
You
times
can make
today.
it on a cup. That would be okay.
I have stickers, but they're like finger spelled stickers, so I'll just do
Oh my god,
please
that was so
holding.
funny. Oh, that's funny.
Isn't that
Oh,
funny?
I would want that actually. I
I will do
also
it.
want a cup that says I'm the accommodation.
I'm the accommodation. That would be a good t-shirt.
It would be, but it's a lot.
Mm, I am. It's just, yeah. I don't know.
I'm the accommodation. Or
It's
like on the
just a
back.
big word.
So like
Accommodation.
interpreter on the front, right?
Yeah.
Like hands here.
Yep.
Yeah, one hand, that looks really good. Just call me an asshole.
I can't. We're holding the microphone with the other hand, so I'm
Why doesn't
limited.
it have a microphone
I
stand?
didn't. I'm not that prepared. I'm prepared, but not that prepared. Microphone
LOL. So,
stands.
interpreter hands here across the chest, and then the back, on the back of the shirt is where it says, I'm the accommodation.
That is so interpreter friendly because then your front is plain.
Professional, it's like a mullet.
It's like it's like an interpreter t-shirt mullet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
party in the back, business in the front. Why am I here in the front?
Welcome to my friends. This
Welcome,
is
welcome, friends. I'm here to accommodate both of you in your need to communicate.
with my mullet aesthetic. You're welcome.
Always.
You're welcome. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. That's
I'm
perfect.
not a regular interpreter, I'm a cool interpreter.
Oh. Ooh. Wait. I agree. Wait, okay. Okay. Are you ready? So, for anybody listening, both of our moms, probably.
Probably not even mine. She's like, okay, whatever. I don't know what you
Oh.
do. No, she knows what I do.
She does.
Yeah, because she's had to utilize me. It's
Seriously?
actually a fun story. Yeah, so my mom is a volunteer for the Red Cross, and Red Cross is not great. unaccommodating,
Love that.
especially in her region. Um, and my mom is a huge advocate. Like every disability training, she's like, but sign language interpreters. My daughter is one. And I'm like,
I
Susan,
love
you're
that.
so cute. She might say my daughter's a sign language translator, and I'll be like, no, not translator. Um, so she gets this call, and this woman's house apartment gets caught on fire, and she loses everything, and there is no access. And so I played the game of like VRS interpreter, but like not because it was between my mom and her.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
What a time. So like
Wait, so this. Go
she's
on.
seen me work in real life.
Oh my gosh. That's like such a stressful. Oh, let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. That's such a stressful little, like, I don't even know the word, introduction into sign
Situation.
language situation, something
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
I mean, she's seen me
Initiation.
see deaf people in public, and then she's like, "Oh my god, my daughter's so cool." It's all such a beautiful language.
Oh
I
my
wish I could have
god.
learned. And I'm like,
Oh,
you could have. And she's like, I took a class and they told me I sucked. I was like, that's normal.
that's normal. Oh my god.
That's normal.
Yo, if I could make a t shirt that had a long enough front with all of the phrases that we always hear, they're always the same. ASL is such a beautiful
Such a beautiful
language.
language.
Oh my
It
gosh.
is. It is. It's just
It
not in the moment that you're
is.
telling me that it's beautiful.
It's not because
It's
I signed
never in
How
the
Are
moment that
You?
you're telling me that it is.
Right. Right.
It's
It's.
always very awkward
Yeah.
when you're telling me it's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm
I'm
like,
always in the middle of like something medical.
you're like, you need to lower your cholesterol. And they're like, that's so beautiful.
You actually have fibroids? Oh my god, sign
Oh
language
my
is so
god.
beautiful.
Oh my god. We're gonna need to remove those polyps. Oh my god.
Gorgeous. I wish I'd learned. You
Wow.
should have,
You should have.
actually.
That's another one.
You
I've
should have
always
had
wanted
an
to learn.
elective available.
I've always wanted to learn. Then learn.
To do
Oops.
it.
I did it.
Have you met Hello Interpreters?
Have you seen our website?
Have you seen our website? We have
Let
nothing
me.
for you, but you should join us.
It's coming. It's coming. We'll post a
Uh,
video. Oh my gosh. Oh, what's another one? They're always like, oh, I know my name. And then proceeds to spell name wrong with
and
all
then the
this. They're like looking at their own hand. They're like ABC. And I'm like, I can't see your letters, but okay.
and then the D and the F, and I'm always like, don't mix them up because when you try to spell
Always.
duck, you won't.
We won't even. That's hilarious. Oh my god. Okay. Topic for
Everything is
another
so
time. Let's address these questions. Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know, which is everybody, we had our intern and student and just
She's not even our
wonderful
intern.
friend. She's not our intern.
She's
An
not our
intern. Our,
intern.
an
I
intern.
keep calling her our intern, and she's not our intern.
We had an intern, a student
A
in
student.
the interpreting translation field, and a friend of ours. Yes? We'll say
Sure.
friend. Sure.
She keeps calling
Now
me
we're
ma'am,
friends.
but yeah, absolutely friend level.
It's fine. She calls us ma'am, and we're both not ma'ams at all.
We're not ma'ams.
No, no. It's fine.
I s- oh,
It's fine.
yes, it's fine.
She submitted, she gathered somehow a long list of questions about interpreting our industry. And I was like, look, don't hold back. Ask it all. We'll answer it candidly. We're not going to say it depends. Okay? Pinky promise.
That's the rule.
That's a rule. We're
The
not going to say
rule
it
is
depends. Anything but it depends. And we're just
the
going to
game is it doesn't depend.
that. And we should introduce ourselves. I'm Izzy. This is Sarah. We're both
I'm Sarah.
interpreters. Pending national certification, EIPA
We
licensed,
have
over
we have
4.0.
credentials and qualifications.
Three
We don't
plus years
have
in the industry.
NIC.
What?
Um,
Yeah.
but I've been working for 10 years. Signing since 2005. I'm an old lady, I
Yes.
guess. I don't feel like one. Oh, at night I do. But at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, how did I get here? 36 is rough.
36. You look 26. And we both act 16, so it doesn't matter.
I'm not 16.
17? The silence. Yeah, I've been interpreting for 3.5 years, so I'm a bit more of a baby compared to you.
I just want to know why an agency head would message me on Facebook about an email.
That's
I
new.
absolutely got distracted.
That's okay. These agencies need to get a hold of us at all hours of the day, through any means necessary.
The wild.
Wild.
Interpreters in the wild.
Interpreters in the wild. No, I'm so glad I don't own an agency. Kudos to everybody who does, but I cannot be bothered to coordinate. Like, even your debacle yesterday was like, oof, reminded me that I'm so glad I'm not Izzy Olsen LLC, interpreting associates, hands up,
Hands up
sign,
time.
hands up time.
Hands up.
Like, no, 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 no.
I actually do know an agency that is hands up.
Oh, oops. Did not a sponsor.
They're a theater uh, interpreting agency in Philadelphia.
I'm sure they're wonderful.
They are.
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
work
be
with
able
them,
to.
but I would love to. If I lived in Philly.
Maybe they'll listen and contract you and fly you out and
Maybe I'll
pay your
just send it
hotel.
to Brian. Be like, hire me, fly me out. I
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, back to the what is it? The goal,
The
the
questions that
task,
go
the
on.
questions. Are you ready?
The two ADHD people host a session of conversation
We
that is
can't.
recorded.
That's not good.
We're doing great.
Okay, are you ready? Jessie
So
asks.
ready.
Jessie asks, or maybe one of her like peers. I don't know who. She just sent me the questions. She was like, "Here are some questions that my peers and I had for you guys. If we think of any other ones, I'll send them your way. Thank you so much." And I said, "Amazing. Thank you so much." So peers and Jessie. Here goes nothing. How long did it take for you to feel comfortable interpreting?
It's a great question. I want to say like 7 years. Between like 3 and 7. But every time you get in a situation that is a little bit out of your schema, you're like, I'm not ready for this. 10 years later, you're like, wait, huh? How did I get here? This is out of my realm. This is out of my jurisdiction. But I want to say with conviction 7.
Okay, but let me define comfortable. Comfortable means you don't get crippling anxiety before an assignment. You
I
don't
still say
sweat
7.
bullets anymore, no
I
matter the
have a
assignment.
gland problem. I don't, but
A land problem.
I have a gland problem.
Oh, a gland
I just
problem?
I don't actually have a gland problem. You just said sweaty, and I was like, but what if?
What if? Then never.
Then never. If you're just a sweaty interpreter,
Cute.
sorry about it.
What if the client was like, I don't want this interpreter
Uh,
again? They just sweat so much. Like, they're so
that's
skilled.
discrimination. Not okay.
Hopefully, the agent is like, or the agency is like, that interpreter has a gland issue? Like, are you really going to discriminate? Deaf client?
Really?
And then the deaf client's
Did you
like,
see their
yeah,
skills? They're so good.
they're so good. They're so qualified. Oh my gosh. No, I would say, like, for me, I mean, I'm, like I said, I'm 3+ years in here, 3.5 or so. And I feel pretty comfortable most assignments, but I think that the assignments that still scare me are anything regarding theater or music. because I just am so bad at that. I'm so bad at that.
Why do you say you're bad at them if you don't do them?
I know that's the problem. Maybe that's my
Probably not
problem.
bad at them.
Maybe I'm not bad at them. You know what? Wow, that probably was not so good sounding in a mic, but it's fine.
That
It's
sounded
not.
great. Thank you.
It's not that I am bad at them. I just don't like going in to that assignment knowing that I'm not just interpreting. And you can correct me if I'm wrong because I don't do theater much. I don't do music much. I also don't do comedy, but I would be more likely to do a comedy show. And it's not the platform. Like I'm cool with conferences. If you got a TED talk, I'm in.
Here for a TED Talk.
Here
Here
for a
for a
TED talk.
conference.
Here for a conference. I love conferences. Can
I
I
love
just
conferences.
be a conference interpreter and
I
that's it?
think you could.
That's what I want.
I think that would be challenging,
I work
but
like
don't let your
twice a
dreams
year.
be dreams.
That's my dream.
Um, don't let your dreams be dreams.
Yeah.
They might want you to be certified in some
Oh,
places.
it's coming.
Yeah,
I just
it's
have to
coming.
wait 9 more months and then I will know.
It is out of your literal hands at this point. We are just waiting.
It's out. I just took my test for anybody wondering. I just took my national cert test performance. And yeah, I think waiting time is like 9 months,
It's like a year.
a year. Ugh. Ugh.
We'll see. We'll just wait.
We'll wait. Maybe it'll be tomorrow.
I doubt it.
I highly doubt it, but we can speak it
I
into
definitely don't think
existence.
that's happening. You took it last week.
Ouch.
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 My soul.
This is the problem. Theater and music, it's so artistic. And I love art. But if I'm going to make my signing and my interpreting artistic, I need so much time to think about it and ruminate about it. And I just don't have that time 90% of the time.
Mm, that's valid.
There. Great. Okay. I want to.
Great.
Next question.
Somewhere between 3 and 7 years. 3 was comfortable with like everything that I've done up till now, but anytime that anything remotely out of my schema came out, I was like, ugh.
Are you comfortable with voicing? Are you like comfortable with any voicing assignment?
Yeah, I don't mind voicing because I worked in VRS for the last
20
3
years.
years. No, no.
No.
That makes you have a fire under your butt to understand and put out an English sentence that makes sense. Because if you're not making sense, you're talking to that person's doctor or sibling or child, and if you can't make them sound human, that's not fair for that human that needs access.
I agree. It's hard. Like,
It is hard.
that's another one. For me, I'm still nervous about voicing. I avoid taking voicing only assignments.
Strong voicing jobs.
There you go.
I'm
Strong
fine.
voicing.
ADHD cube. I'm fine. Strong voicing jobs. Uh, without prep, I would not like to do it. But during the pandemic, um, there were a lot of jobs that were virtual and were strong voicing. So the speaker, professor, deaf to a room of deaf, but maybe one student is oral, speaks for themselves, does a no sign. And so you'd have to be there to interpret for that student. And, you know, when you have that active teaming where just, I'm struggling, can you take over for a moment? Like, just voice of got it. Just just kick me off for a second and I will come back as soon as I can.
That's not so bad. Like,
That's not so
that'd be
bad when
okay.
it's teamed, but I've been in situations where there's like a 3 hour class and no team. And it's all voicing. And I'm like, why am I alone?
Why
I
am
don't
I
like being
alone?
alone. I'm not codependent, but I like having support.
No, I am codependent as an interpreter. If I'm alone, I'm like naked and afraid. Like I can't do it.
I just want to hold your hand.
I
Just hold
it,
my hand, please. I don't care that you need it. Hold it.
No, that's me on VRS. Like VRS, if it's remotely obscure, I immediately call a team. I'm not even
Oh well.
ashamed. I just need someone there with me. They don't even have to feed me per
This
se.
isn't even the question anymore. Now we've like gone to a completely different tangent.
But it's related cuz
It's I related a
this is
parent. I have a
different. It's like
point.
I mean, what, 10 plus years interpreter. Do you call a team a lot?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then I get a team that's sitting there like this, like, why did you call?
Yes. Yes.
What do you need
What's
me
wrong?
for?
You're doing great.
How dare you? I'm like, I need eyes. Please just support. I just need your
Eyes.
face there so I can just prove that I know how to do my job.
They're like they show
Yeet.
up. They show up. They're like
Get out.
you can kick me. No, I can't. You're staying.
My shift is over in 30 minutes. I can't be here.
My shift is over. But I can stay if you want. Kick.
EOS.
Lovely. Oh my god. The amount of times that I have those messages come up. And I kick them. I will kick them if they like don't want to be there. I'm not going to force someone to be with me in interpreting or outside of interpreting. You know what I'm saying?
How
But
about the time that I got the caller wanted me kicked? I had a team, and she said I don't want it. So I had to kick her and find a new person.
I don't want it. I would have given it to her. You can't say I don't want it if the call comes up. It just
I
says
didn't think about
random
that at the
whatever.
time. Like, that was one of those moments, like, I was panicking, and I didn't know what to do. And she's like, I don't want it. Kick me.
Boop. Yeah, you kicked her.
Boop.
Okay.
Yeah, if I said, I am getting kicked. Someone please just, like, help me.
My team didn't want it. Can you take this? Wait, okay, okay.
Sorry.
Okay, next question. Next question. When is Simcom okay? Question mark. Is it okay? Question mark. Yeah, that's a bi question. A
That's a
bi-party question.
two-parter.
A two that
It's a bi question.
I don't
It
know.
likes all of the questions. It doesn't discriminate on questions.
Yeah. This is a question for only bi people. No, no, two part,
That's
dual question, dual
not
one
me,
one.
but I understand. I
Same.
was just anyway.
We're answering it anyway.
Uh,
It's fine.
anyway.
Anyway,
Simcom is a tool that you can use when you are thrown off your course. I the hearing person says something unhinged, like, don't tell them. When did you become an interpreter? How long have you been interpreting? Are you married?
are you their sister?
Do you wanna go on a date later?
Wait, what? Oh, that was so loud.
It was never like that blunt, but it has happened where like the doctor says to the patient, "Have you met our interpreter, Mrs. Future Doctor's last name?" And I was like,
No.
absolutely gross.
Ew. Ew. Why?
Absolutely
Why?
disgusting.
Oh no.
Oh no no no.
No, no, no. I don't normally
It says
have
that I have an echo.
such. Do I or do you?
No, it says I do.
I don't hear one. I think you're fine. I think the computer's
Okay.
on another level that we're not there yet.
Oh
AI.
well.
It's fine.
It's AI.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, no, doctors like 90% of the time doctors are okay. Like they're good, but there's that 10% where I'm like, "Oh no, I don't want to come back here ever again." And I hope that that
Yeah.
person never comes back here ever again.
I hope I'm unavailable every single time
Oh,
I
oh,
see this zip code and I gotta remember this zip code and city.
in this office. No, but like another simcom when they're like rescheduling or like doing a follow up, they're like, "Are you gonna come back?" Or like, "Are you gonna like drive them home or something?" And I'm like, "The world
Drive
may
home
never
to
know. The future's uncertain. I might come back, but This follow up is in 6 months.
I don't know. You can request me if you want.
If you want, I'll try.
I think I might simcom that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if the hearing front desk person says, "Are you coming back next time?" I will say, "You can request me if you want."
I always
Up to
say
them.
that's what I say too.
If they want me,
What if they say no? I don't
that's
want this
fine.
one. Anyone but this
I
one.
don't want you either.
Boom.
Boom.
Sorry, your appointment sucked.
Sorry you didn't like me.
Sorry, I'm
I didn't
ugly.
like you either. Sorry, I'm disgusting.
That's what I think. I'm like, I know I did a good job, honestly. So, do I smell?
I showered.
The other day I was on VRS and this woman literally like 30 seconds or less into the call, I was like, you like, good morning, like, are you ready? And she's like, yeah, 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 let's do it. It's like, okay, we call. And then it's the phone tree being like, welcome to Chase. La la la. That sentence. She was like, oh, can you transfer the interpreter? And I'm like, yeah, transfer the interpreter. And I told the other person, I was like, look, she just wanted to transfer. No clue why. 30 seconds into this call, but she asked me to transfer. And then the other interpreter was like, okay. And I was like, yep,
That's happened to me too.
good luck. And I was just like, I have no idea. I look nice today. I signed that fine. I'm awake. Like,
I'm awake.
what's
My
going
eyeballs
on?
are open.
They're
What more do
open.
you want?
Yeah, I was early in the shift too. I wasn't even like burnt out after an 8 hour shift or something crazy
Like,
here.
welcome to Chase. Please pick an option, English or Spanish.
And then she was like, transfer. And I'm like, wow,
Yeah,
wow.
and you're like, okay,
Okay. Okay. It's fine.
okay.
Whatever. Anyway. So,
It was your
okay.
glasses.
What?
It was your glasses.
Maybe. Oh, I do wear glasses. And
Oh,
sometimes there's a little
offended.
glare.
You need the blue. Oh no, I guess it doesn't
These are
matter.
blue light. Amazon.
Oh.
Anyway. So, okay.
Anyway,
Simcom. Is it okay when
it's a
there's off the
tool.
wall stuff? Yeah. Um,
I wouldn't say it's okay. I would say it's a tool
it's a tool. It's a
to
tool.
get you
It's not
to
ideal. When is it
a
not okay?
resolved conflict in a second.
When is it not okay?
As an entire means of communication. Like schools that say our method is total communication or SIMCOM. That's terrible.
Terrible.
How am I supposed to work in that condition?
Impossible. I
Am I
hate it.
loud in that moment? Like, am I whispering? Is it
She just signed total communication for anyone not watching this.
anyone not watching this?
Total communication. No, but like, you know what? Okay, but realistically, the only time that I see simcom occurring nowadays, correct me if I'm wrong, is when I meet a team with my client and then my team starts simcomming for me as though I am just a regular schmegular hearing person that can't sign. And
I
I just want to
absolutely hate that.
I want to grab their neck and be like, "I can sign. I know sign language. Just sign. Please, just sign." And then they'll simcom the whole conversation. And I want to die. And that even the deaf
I
person's
wanted to.
uncomfortable. Not
I
cool.
understand that access is important for everyone in the room.
Mm.
I don't know.
No, but it's just us
But
three.
like you don't need to sign for me.
Right.
Maybe just like say, "Hey, can you just sign back to me?" I don't know. Can we
I
step
don't
into the
know.
hallway and just have a conversation while we switch real quick? But usually just like super fast. Like, I needed to catch you up about why we're switching.
Right.
And you don't need just, I don't know.
I don't know.
I
I don't
think we
know.
should avoid simcomming as much as possible.
Same.
I think it is necessary sometimes just to get
Sometimes.
out of a sticky moment.
Rare. Sometimes. Not when you're debriefing with a team and the deaf person is there. Just sign. Just sign. That's my soapbox. Okay.
What
Um,
if there's a hearing person in the room? Do we just assume that they don't care what we're saying?
Oh no, we can simcom them, or like if
Oh,
there's
okay.
two interpreters, I guess one person could interpret for the other person. In that case, I'll probably simcom, and then if
I
they're
think
engaged,
ideally, if we're doing a switch, let's say in a hospital,
yeah,
they walk in, I say, hey, this is your team. Like, this is your replacement interpreter. They're relieving me for the day.
mm-hmm,
I'm gonna go brief them up, like, give them a real quick.
yeah,
Or let me finish with what we're doing right now. It's gonna be 2 seconds. I will come in the hallway and we can do the report in
yeah,
the hallway.
yeah, 100%. Or okay, how about this scenario? You go to the
Scenario.
hospital, deaf person's there, no team, just you. Deaf person's there, their mom is there, who obviously doesn't know sign, and
Obviously.
obviously, and then she's like, "Oh, you're the interpreter for whatever," like pre-op, and then do simcom.
I think I
Then,
do.
okay,
I think I do for little bits
yeah,
to keep the deaf patient informed of what mom is saying
yeah,
for just one time that everyone has access.
yeah, yeah, and
Um,
it's like casual
yeah,
ish. Because when the doctor comes, then it'll be like normal, simultaneous, whatever, interpreting. But like that little moment before and after, yeah, I'll probably simcom too. It
yeah,
is agreed. It's agreed. Okay, anyway.
it's agreed.
Next question. We have so many. We need to go faster. Is it appropriate? Excuse me. When is it appropriate to start interpreting if you are a fresh graduate? I love how
While
that's
you're
worded.
like you're fresh.
Fresh, just born.
I mean, I took a break between graduation and working because I went to the Netherlands and then I moved to Florida. So I took like 3 months ish off to get situated.
Where are you from?
Originally,
Yeah.
New Jersey,
Oh, how did
but
I
then
not know that?
I don't know. I don't know. Uh, and then my parents moved to New Hampshire, so I was moving my stuff from New Hampshire to Orlando.
Yeah.
It's a very long trip.
Yeah, that's a long trip.
It was pretty terrible.
Yep.
And then I got here and screened with ASL services, like, or I screened with the agency. I screened with the agency.
Yeah. Right, right, right. Go on.
Uh, I moved from New Hampshire to Orlando in August of 2013
Mm-hmm.
and screened with an agency pretty fast out of graduation. Um,
What month was this? December or May? Like when? I'm sorry. When did you
when
graduate?
did I graduate?
Yeah,
May.
May. Okay, okay.
May, because May, and then I went to the Netherlands for 5 weeks, and I came back, and I didn't move down to August.
Okay. So you took a little hiatus there.
Took a little breaky poo.
See, I'm literally the opposite.
You graduated, and in your last semester started working?
No, no, I didn't start working in my last semester. I'm a COVID baby here. So
COVID.
my internship was totally ruined by COVID. I know. It to be honest
Excuse me.
though, it wasn't like incredible when it was on. That's another podcast. But
Let's talk about our trauma from our ITP.
trauma from could I go on and on? Yes. No,
Probably.
it was actually great. It was a good ITP. Just not
Yeah.
perfect, right?
No ITP is perfect, and that is another topic
Another
for
topic.
another day.
Another podcast. Perfect. No, but back to the issue at hand. So I graduated 2020. I was like, I'm not going to get a job. COVID is destroying everything and killing everybody, but I'm going to try, you know? And I felt confident in my skills. That's another one. Like, if you feel confident in your skills, you should work. Because even if you don't feel confident in your skills, unpopular opinion, I think you should still work. You can tell me how you feel about that, but I definitely think working helps so much skill wise. Yeah. So even if you're not so confident, like if you can make it, you should work and try. Maybe you shouldn't do VRS, but you should definitely do
Mm,
what you can. Because once I started working, and you know what's funny? My
what's
first
that?
ever assignment, 20, was I 21? 21-year old baby interpreter. My first assignment was the next city over in Orlando, trilingual mental health.
Why did you take that?
Why did I take that?
Why did you
Why
take
did I
that?
take that?
But here's
So
my
unethical.
mistake too. As a 27-year-old right out of college interpreter, um, it was an overnight, like a partial overnight.
Right.
So at a hospital with a patient who used home signs in Creole.
Yep.
Yup.
Yep.
Why was
That's
I offered? Why was I offered that? And why did I take it?
because we just do our best. That sounds
Because
like a
we don't know
disaster.
until we're stuck.
Right. Right. And you know, in the ITP, they're always like, oh, if you get to an assignment and you can't do it, you leave. You tell the ad agency, I can't do this. But, like, realistically, as a new interpreter, am I saying this is ethical? Up to interpretation. But I will tell you what I thought. You can tell me what you thought. I was so desperate for work and to just get my freaking foot in the door with these agencies. I had no credentials. I had an EIP of 3.7 at that time, which is good, but it's not a
It is good.
4.2 or 4.5. So I was
Not
like,
above a four.
it's not above a 4. So I was like, okay. And this agent, I had contacted other agencies. They were giving me 0. This agency was like, oh, well, if you're looking for work, like you can go drive to Orlando, 1.5 hours, won't pay drive time, and interpret this
Yikes.
mental health today. And I was like, I'm in. And then that got my foot in the door. And then now I had the career that I was looking for, right? So I was like, if I say no, am I closing a door? I don't know. Same with your hospital assignment. Like, maybe. Like, if I say no, am I blacklisted? Like, that was a thing for me.
Still get blacklisted. Not as a new interpreter. Wait till
No.
you're a little bit established with like three under your belt.
Yeah.
That's gonna fall back on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know that's not ethical, but that's definitely, like, I think a thing. And maybe it's like a good balance to have. Like, maybe don't take unethical assignments, but be
Don't
brave.
take stuff that's too much over your personal schema. I don't know. I still am sticky about mental health, and I get offered it often.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and sometimes they don't even tell you it's mental health until it's too late. Because they're like, oh, it's at this behavioral place, but it's just a doctor's appointment or it's just intake. The agency will lie. The
They
agencies
will lie.
lie.
They will lie.
They
Agencies
lie
lie.
to
They
get you
lie.
there.
They
They
so
don't
lie.
care. They want a warm body. They want it covered.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is like a good and a bad thing for you. For me.
It's a good and a bad thing.
It's a good and a bad
Yeah,
thing.
definitely. I'm out of college and have no money, and I'm 27. I have no prospects. Like that was my life. I was working
Same.
at a theme park
Yeah.
part time
Yeah.
for $10 an hour.
Yeah. Oh my
Maybe
gosh.
not even $10 an hour at the time. I just get a new apartment. I have Well, I have some money because I just graduated, but like that's not gonna last. I
Mm-mm.
need to start
No.
working. Um, and a hospital overnight doesn't sound terrible. I did a lot of
Same.
overnights that first year of
Same.
interpreting.
Same.
Watched a lot of Netflix.
So many books and Netflix. Oof.
Oof.
You know, did I ever tell you how I started interpreting tactile and how I got
Was it
that
at a
skill?
hospital?
No. It was because agencies lie. Sometimes they don't mean to, but
They don't know.
they don't
They
know.
don't ask the right questions.
Sometimes they don't. And then I showed up to the assignment and it was a deaf blind consumer. And
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh, do you know tactile?" And I'm like,
No.
"Barely." Like I had done this much
I
research.
understand the concept of it, but do I know pro tactile? No.
Correct. Yeah, I understand the concept. That's it. And then I was like, it was one of those like same day appointments. Can you show up in like an hour? And I was like, of course I can. I'm a new interpreter. And then, yeah, I showed up and then they were like, can you do it? And then we like kind of did the whole building rapport before and it was fine. So I was like, I will do it. Like, it's okay. And then the appointment went swimmingly. Nobody died. Communication happened. So I was like, maybe I can do this. So then I obviously actually did more research and met more deaf blind people and then actually got good and qualified with tactile and pro tactile, you know, decently considering that
Mm.
we started off bumpy. But yeah, that's how it happened. That's how it happened. Against my will, which is fun. Next question.
Next
Um,
question. I'm
I hope that
dead.
answers the first one, whatever. Have you
You
ever
went on
had,
another ride for that one.
yeah? Have you ever had a negative teaming experience? If so, how
Ooh.
did you slash do you navigate this?
Is that my question? Have been
Yeah,
any bad teaming experiences?
girl, you have the champ worst teaming
I have the
experience.
Champers team. I have the Champers team.
Just tell it. Can you?
Can I?
I think you
I
can.
can give scenarios.
Give the scenario.
Let's it was a week-long assignment in the middle of the ocean, sharing an interior room with no window,
Oh,
just a mirror.
terrible.
Um, it was very difficult to communicate with this person prior to the assignment, prior to sail date. If you didn't know, it was on a cruise.
Surprise.
Uh,
Surprise.
surprise. Middle of the ocean. Nowhere near land. Could not get a hold of this person and have a conversation that was not making me feel anxious prior. Uh, and then once we were on board, they decided they were going to just start messing with me psychologically.
Mm.
Hey, I'm outside of this place. Well, I'm on the other side of the boat. Me, I'm in this spot. Oh, I'm on the other side of the boat. Just kidding. I'm in that spot. They told me that you left. Who is they and how do they know what I look like?
Who is
Okay.
they? Yeah. Yeah.
Who is they? Who are they?
Who? Why is she? They, him.
Why?
I'm not gonna say. Why is
Uh,
that person always the exact opposite location where y'all needed to be?
why? Why are you going to eat right now at 11 when everyone else is at the buffet? Go get a slice of pizza downstairs. That's on the right side of the ship anyway.
Just do your job.
Just do your job. Um, day three, they called the agency uh, to tell the agency about me in front of me. Um, right, day
Yeah.
two, took a phone call at midnight. Later to find out that that reason was because I took a phone call in the afternoon when she was napping. I was also napping. Oh, they were napping. And I was also napping. I was doing so well. And then I didn't do well.
It's fine. Yeah.
I got lost in the pronouns.
It's fine.
I just wanted this to be gender neutral. Um,
This person is wild though, cuz I know
this
the
person is
details.
this person uh got upset with me on the last day, and instead of having an effective conversation, decided that they were going to scream in my face and say things that were possibly threatening, maybe. And then,
Maybe.
um, maybe. And then storm off, and then forget something, and storm back to where their bed is, and then shoulder check me, and
Mm.
then storm off again. Um, and then hours later, I am called into security with two security guards because they went to security and said that I did absolutely terrible things. And then stole the internet that we were sharing for the last 5 hours of our sailing.
They just sabotaged everything. I still can't believe they got physical. Like
Yeah,
it.
and they also called the agency and told them that I am not neurotypical, but in a negative way,
Did they say
multiple times.
did they say, "Oh, this girl's so autistic"? Did they say that?
No,
What did they say?
they said, "Did you know Sarah's autistic?" Yeah, that's why I hired her, because she did theater. Did you
Hangs
know
up.
Sarah's autistic? Yeah, she did theater camp. She's very artistic
Oh my
as a
god.
person. One more time is when the agency realized that it wasn't
Artistic?
artistic. That this person was saying, "Did you know Sarah is autistic?"
Autistic with a
Did I
U.
know? Did I get a diagnosis from my team?
Yes.
Maybe.
Oh my god.
Um, and the agency was very upset about this because, first of all, what?
Oh my
Second of
gosh.
all, like so many, like, why is that relevant to anything that you're doing?
There's so much wrong with that whole interaction.
The
did you
question
did you know?
is Sarah's behavior atypical? Are you in danger? Not that autistic people are in danger, but why are you saying it in a way that makes it sound bad?
Right, right. She's like, she's basically saying, "How dare you pair me with an autistic person on this cruise
I
for
feel
five,
like
whatever it was."
I feel like she was trying to sabotage my name and try to make it seem like I cannot do my job
Yeah.
because of a disability, which
Ooh.
is wild when you work in a
Oh.
field that works with disabled people.
Literally. Wow.
Literally.
Yikes.
It's imperative
Yikes.
to communicate effectively considering that's our job.
Oh. Oh. Yet we still, some people just fall short
Some people
big time.
were just brought to this earth, so they say,
Oh, yeah.
to be a
Yeah.
saving grace for.
Ooh,
That's what
they're doing the Lord's
that was the
work.
vibe. To save all the deaf people. Ooh.
Okay. I have not really
That's not
had.
me. That's not me.
Obviously not. It's Interpreter X here.
It's her.
Uh-huh.
Woo,
Ooh, yeah, that's a doozy.
woo.
There's no story that I've heard that can top that. Like I've not had a story like that where a team literally sabotaged my mental and physical health. But like,
I left in shambles.
oh yeah,
A
no,
shell of a person, if you will. Was I gravel?
traumatized.
I was traumatized.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
actually starting therapy because of this.
Good, good, good. Yeah,
I
you,
should
yeah.
bill them my my therapy invoice.
I mean, you're so artistic. You really need to
So artistic.
see this
That became a
therapist.
stim for like 3 days. I just would walk around and be like, did you know Sarah's autistic? Did you know Sarah's autistic? Did you know? Did
So
you know? Hey, did
weird.
you know? And I was just like, I can't stop. Why did they tell
I
me?
don't know. I don't know. Oh my god.
Self-diagnosis, baby. No, it's your team diagnosed you.
Team diagnosis. Put it on a
Team
t-shirt.
diagnosis, baby. Can't get it from a can't get it from a therapist, not a therapist, but like a neuropsych, but
That.
sure got it from a team.
Okay. Yeah. That
Wild.
takes the cake. Okay, wait. I have a good question. Rapidly moving
Okay.
forward here. I like this one. How frequently do you think about the CPC when interpreting? Never.
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 I'm so glad you said never first. I was like,
Do I say never?
well, do I say never? No, I'm just an ethical person.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
does this feel cringy? Am I
Yes.
doing right? Let's more. It's not one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and then the subtenants. Like it's not that.
Right. Right.
It's is this action, this thing that I'm doing right now, how does that fall in, how does that make me feel? Does that make me
Yes.
feel yucky? Does this feel questionable? How is that,
Yes.
how does this decision impact my consumer respect for consumers? How does this decision impact my team respect for colleagues? Um,
Exactly.
how does this affect me as a business, best business practices?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's like a yes and no, I guess then, cuz obviously all that stuff is in the CPC, but we're not thinking that because we follow the CPC. Obviously we do, but it's just as you said because we're ethical people who have a moral compass, you know?
And if you're not following the CPC, it's very apparent.
Yeah. Interpreter
Like with the
X.
story that I just told you, how many ethical boundaries were crossed
So
during that week? So
endless.
many. The limit does not exist. It was just constant.
Constant.
It was just so much.
Girl, I have a question for you. Because for
Okay.
me, I obviously don't think CPC, but like I think about the things that you said, and then I will go add on another one and say, I always think, is this actually fair? And of course, there's a lot of instances where, of course, the deaf person is not in a position that is fair to them, and then we try and mitigate that as much as possible as interpreters. For example, simple one in schools. Oh my god, schools. I feel like the most
Schools.
unethical places are schools. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, schools, I'm always asking myself these things. So, if there's a video, no captions, high school, they can read, I'm thinking, okay, obviously there should be captions. That's not fair. You know, it's not fair to me. I have to sign when maybe I shouldn't have to sign a 20-minute TED talk, maybe, you know, or like when there's captions, or vice versa when it's like a elementary school kid and there's captions, but I still need to sign because it's not fair to be like, oh, there's captions and they're 5. They definitely can't read
They're fine, I
English.
can't read that yet.
Definitely can't read that. So there's
Not
that.
that fast either.
Right. So there's obviously the deaf client at stake always. But then, and again, tell me what you think. I also think, is this fair if they were hearing? Because oftentimes, sometimes they'll just like over accommodate and be like, oh, you're the interpreter, so you need to write this for them, or like something like that, where I'm essentially like doing the work for them. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that because if they're a hearing person and they can't do it, whatever this task is that is in their realm of ability of something that they should do, then they need to show that they're going to fail so that you, the teacher, can correct that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you're spot on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's definitely, and it's like, why are we showing videos that are not accessible to your one student that's in the classroom? Um, why don't we pick a different video that is accessible with the same topic?
Yeah.
Or, or
Or,
why don't we make that accessible before showing it in class?
yeah.
Why don't we just make sure that the video is captioned? Why don't we ask the interpreting team to make a video picture in picture so that can be interpreted, but the odd interpreter gets a break?
Yeah.
I remember when I was in the school system every single day, there was a new augmented reality and AR app where you could take your phone, hover it over a piece of paper, and then an interpretation could pop up. A video will pop up about that.
That's pretty cool.
It was so cool.
How did they do that?
Um, Augmented reality is wild, but
Wild. Okay.
you would like hover it like in the app, you would hover your phone over the paper and there would be like a little blippy spot
Yeah.
and then it would pop up with a video. You'd be like, this article talks about la 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 la. And so like you could read the article, but like the English didn't make sense, so here it is interpreted.
Right. That's so nice.
It was so nice.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Um,
Okay.
did the students want to utilize that? No.
Dang
But
it.
that's they
Separate
have the right to not want to
conversation.
do it.
Separate
But like
conversation.
the access was there, the accommodation was there, it was reasonable and it was done. And I think that if schools allowed for like prep time for interpreters, you could get that stuff done.
Oh, for sure. There's so, again, this is another podcast, but there's so much to say about the school system and deaf and hard of hearing students and interpreters. Like, oh my god. But
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Oh my gosh, we won't even. Let's just continue. Um
Let's continue.
I'm going to jump around a little bit. Let's see. Hold on one second. La 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 la. La 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 la. Okay, here's one. How to figure, this is a funny worded question. How to figure your hourly rate if you are a new interpreter versus experienced?
I tell my mentees to ask around in that area what like the starting rate is in that area with their other, let's say, because I mentee people who live in Rochester, New York. I live in Orlando.
Yeah.
Um, the price of living is higher in those areas.
Right.
They're not the same. Um,
Yeah.
Basically, I say this is what I'm with. This is what I started with. We're not going to use the 2013 rate because the agency that I worked with very much lowballed me.
What was the 2013 rate, if you don't mind me
I
asking?
was getting paid $20 an hour, and then it did not change for a year and a half, and then it went up to 22.50, and I
Okay.
was stuck at 22.50 for a while, and then I took my EIPA. I got a 3.4,
Yeah.
which isn't great, but it was a good baseline.
Yeah. I don't think that's bad.
It was fine, and I got a
Yeah.
couple of dollars. I ended up being, I think, 27.50, maybe. And then COVID hit. And then I left and was like, I'm never gonna make money. Like this is never gonna happen. And then I went to Purple and they were like, we can give you 30. And I was like, oh my God. Why? Like that's so high. That was the highest I've ever made.
Right. Right.
And that's just like what they offered me with like 7 years experience, an EIPA of 3.4 and a bachelor's degree.
Did you negotiate?
No, because you don't negotiate with Purple. You don't
Fair.
negotiate with the big companies.
They just give you a number and you
They give
accept
you
it.
a number and you don't know how they got there, but that's you say thank you or
I've
you say no
never
thank you.
I've never been successful negotiating. I don't think. Like I
I'm gonna have
think
to negotiate now because I just got an email from an agent, and not even an email, a direct message on Facebook
right.
saying
Right.
we don't do specific rates. We
Mhm.
don't do last minute rates. I'm like, fine, that's fine. I would like a $5 differential for last minute,
As we all
but
would.
like as we all should want. Um, I would, but to get back to the question, I would say 2024 new interpreters should not ask for less than 25 to 27 an hour.
That's low, I think.
For their first year,
Yeah.
you went 30?
At least.
Okay.
At least I think so.
That's,
Cuz that's how much I started making when I first started in
didn't you have a
2020.
3.7?
Yeah.
You had an EIPA.
Oh, okay. If
You
you
had
have
a
zero
credential.
credentials, maybe.
You have nothing. You have a bachelor's degree or you have a bachelor's degree. You just graduated from USF.
Yeah. Okay. University
I
of
feel
South
like
Florida.
27 is okay.
I still think that's low, but it
It's
makes
only
more
$3
sense
less.
if you have zero anything
You have nothing.
credentials.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
when I graduated in 2013, we were told 25.
That's wild because when I graduated in 2020, we were told 25 too. It's 7? 7 years later. They didn't raise that
We're
number.
also talking about Rochester interpreters versus Tampa interpreters.
So Tampa's supposed to be lower.
No, I'm just saying that the difference is location,
Okay. Okay, well, I will say I'm going to
and they're
disagree a
not
little.
talking to. No one is talking to each other.
Yeah, that's another issue. Oh my god. But I will
Resident on it.
say, like for Florida, new interpreters, I'm gonna say at least 30 with agencies, and then purple at least 30. But ideally, agencies will pay you a little more, maybe like 35 at least with agencies. This is what I think. You can disagree if you want.
35?
Yeah. And let's say, yeah, even with a bachelor's degree, just because like you're gonna team with certified interpreters who are making 50, 55. And I get they're certified, I get they have experience, but at the end of the day, we're doing the same job, you know?
We are doing the same job. However,
However, it's different. Another reason I'm saying this is just because cost of being an interpreter, freelance especially,
it's
is
really high.
so high. And this is Florida. So if we're talking about New York, California, Washington, Texas, I think is still like on the cheaper end of cost of living, but will still. And for anyone who doesn't know, with Hello Interpreters, I made that pay transparency post that is still like getting like submissions nowadays, and I've been trying to update it. I think it's all updated right now. That has Maryland, D.C., Florida, New York, New Jersey, Washington, California, I think maybe Pennsylvania as well, and maybe one or two more states. So, like 8 states all across East, West, and South, North, whatever. Anyway,
Mm.
California, they're making like 70 to 80 freelance. Makes sense. Same
But
with
it's really, really
Washington.
expensive.
Really, really expensive. Here in Florida, the median I would say is like 50 to 55 for freelance. New York, New
As a
Jersey,
certified interpreter,
I've seen both state and national licensure when people submit it. So I'm assuming that means EIPA and or
we used
cert
to have a QA.
QA. Yeah, yeah. They don't always specify like NIC certified. I had two check boxes where it said general national certification or state level certification. And that was also to include like spoken language interpreters and translators, but I
So also your
digress.
numbers have spoken language in there.
There's a couple submissions that have spoken, and those are
So
typically lower pay.
really,
Yeah, like 27 for Florida. Yeah.
Yo, no.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway,
That makes more sense with the agency that I was working with, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There you go. So, my point, it's just so expensive to be a freelance. Like, I do VRS so much. I like it, obviously, but also just because it's less gas. I don't have to pay taxes. And
You don't have to put the estimated taxes. You still have to pay taxes. You
yes,
just don't have to worry about math.
that's what it is. No math, no self employment tax. And, like, it's a good way to get a guaranteed 5 hour chunk. Whereas with freelancing, obviously not always the case. So that's the
Like today, I
issue.
have one job.
Exactly. Like, that's the issue with freelancing and the rates that go with it. Like, just because you're new doesn't mean you need to starve. That's my philosophy.
Just because you're new, you don't need to starve
Yeah.
or have 15 roommates.
Been there.
I didn't have 15 roommates, but we did have a full house at one point.
For sure. Same. I used to have four. Total five of us.
'Cause- well, I lived in a house with 4. That was traumatizing.
It's a lot.
And it is a lot. I think that, well, the max that I've had roommates wise was 7, but that was on my Disney college program.
True. That's a
Plug.
lot. How
It
many
was too
bathrooms?
many. 2.5.
Okay. Was it clean?
Yeah, it had to be because they would inspect their apartments.
Okay. Oh my god. We should
But
make
you're
a
talking about
podcast
people
on
who
Disney one day.
we
That would be like so
could do,
fun. I have so many
could do.
questions.
So many questions.
Okay. We're not gonna finish all these questions, but
No,
let's.
it's been like an hour and a
Yeah,
half.
I'm gonna cut some parts off so it will be
Yeah,
shorter.
we need
Yeah,
to
yeah.
cut that really awkward conversation about cancel culture.
Should we re-answer that? No, no. I'll
I
keep
think
the
we
good
could
part.
re-answer it later.
Okay, okay. Wait, so
We
how
could do like part 2
of
of these
no,
questions.
it depends questions. Yeah.
Is there a good one that's standing out?
Yeah, there's a good one to end on. We kind of answered it,
Okay.
but let's just answer it again. Sort of. You'll
Okay.
see. You'll see. After you graduate from an interpreting program, what is the next step?
Your next step is to uh, figure out if you want to be freelance or staff at somewhere. Do you want to be working in a school as a staff interpreter? Pros, benefits, constant hours, salary maybe, hourly maybe, who knows? Health insurance, I think it goes with benefits, but um, and time off in the summer. Um, cons, same job, same every day. Um, cons, you don't have work in the summer and you don't get paid for it. Um, so you have to be smart about your money. Typically lower pay. Um, there's a lot of interpreters that are categorized under para because the school district does not see a difference. They see you as an aide than a professional, like a working professional with super high skills. There are amazing paras out there. Don't come for me, paras. But
Don't
they
cancel
just
us.
see it as like entry level work.
It's true.
Um, and then you have to figure out what you're doing in the summer. You have to figure out a lot of stuff. Like you have to figure out your financials more for your off months. Do you want to be a freelance interpreter? Okay, that's cool. Welcome.
Welcome.
Um, welcome. You're going to have to get your own health insurance. You're going to have to submit quarterly taxes yourself.
Yikes. I
You have to
hate
pay
that.
for an accountant
Yeah.
because you don't want to do it at tax time. Trust me.
No.
You've got 3 to 17 1099s coming in and one W-2. It's not
It's horrible.
easy.
It's
It's
horrible.
horrible. It's scary.
Yeah.
Um,
The
you're,
IRS,
yeah,
sorry to interrupt. I
you're
have to get this
good.
in. The IRS has messed up my taxes. I've been interpreting for 3+ years now, every single year. And I've had to debate with them in some way via mail or call or in person one year, every single year. Get an
Oh my
accountant. It helps
gosh.
so
Get
much.
an accountant.
It sucks.
Your dad probably knows. Hashtag your dad knows somebody
Your dad knows.
who's a
Why is
CPA.
that so true? Why is that
Your
so true?
dad has a friend.
Yep.
Your
Yep.
dad has a guy.
Ask your dad.
Ask your dad. Ask your parent. I don't know.
Ask.
Somebody knows.
Somebody knows. Because,
Make
yeah.
friends with the business people now. Make friends with the the BFA, or not BFA,
Uh,
MBA,
yeah. Those MBA people, those nerds, they'll know.
Bachelor's in Fine Arts. LOL. Find your bachelor's. No, you don't. Don't do that. Find your accountant friend. Get them trained
That's the next step.
early. Um,
Yeah.
Staff versus freelance. Freelance, you get paid more per hour, but you have to put it away in your business.
Yeah.
It's scary.
It is scary. That's why it's a good question. It is scary, and there's no. They always say it depends.
It
So
depends.
there's no
It's
actual
your preference.
concrete. That's another way of saying it depends, basically, more or less. But
How do you
it
feel
kind of
about this?
it kind of applies. How do I feel? If we're kind of okay, if we're gonna talk about a serious roadblock map, English is not my strength right now. An actual roadmap of what to do. Step one, you've graduated. Step one, if you don't already have it, get an EIPA. I think that's the easiest licensure, so that you have some sort of
It's not licensure.
value.
It is a credential.
Credential, okay.
It's a piece of paper that says that you possess some skills. It's not pass or fail. It's 1 to 5. You're aiming for 3 and above as a baseline.
Yeah,
Ideally, you want a 4.
yeah,
Um, out of this world, you want 5.0.
yeah. That's impossible,
Um,
basically. Almost impossible.
it's possible. Nothing is impossible. Um, but it is a goal.
It's a goal.
And don't let your dreams be dreams, kids.
Ideally,
Children.
ideally you have it right off the rip from graduating and you've taken it in the program.
You take your written while you're in college.
Some do.
You should.
Wait, written EIPA?
No,
Nick.
you don't need that.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Written
Nick
Nick.
written. Yes, agreed. Agreed.
Take your Nick and get that out of the way. Because
Yeah.
you're going to be waiting weeks for results.
Or months.
That could be theoretically weeks. Like waiting 18 weeks.
Girl. Okay, sure.
I waited 52 weeks. That's 1 year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take that and take your EIPA just as a baseline.
Off the rip.
Get it out of the way.
Now you've graduated. Then what do you
Now
do?
you've graduated.
You need to ask your mentors or your teachers and Google if you really want to. Some contacts
And
for
Google.
agencies, but ideally mentors. They will hopefully give you contacts and hopefully a recommendation. And then you email the agencies and say, hey, I'm new. Or not even. Just say, hey, I'm an interpreter, so let me know if you
I'm new in
have
the
work.
area.
New in the area. There you go. Or you can be honest, like, I just graduated. I have this EIPA. I would like to work. So if you have anything, let me know. I'm available these days, and you're new, so you're going to be available every day. You're going to be working weekends and overnights, and it's going to be great. And
Weekends
then,
and overnights, baby.
baby. And then you do that until you're financially okay to be a little pickier. And then if you want to freelance. If you want a staff job, then you just have to apply. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Easy peasy.
Easy
Alright.
peasy lemon squeezy.
Cool.
We did it, you can do it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure.
And you're going to know who the agencies are by word of mouth anyway, unless you are relocating to a brand new area.
Yeah. That's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
And agencies are not necessarily going to want to talk to you until you've graduated.
Yeah.
At least in my experience.
Yeah.
They want to wait till you've graduated
I
to
kind of.
talk about assessing and testing and vetting. Um, you want to do it like right now. I'm ready. Just call me. Put me in, coach. I'm ready. Um, but just patience. It'll be okay.
Yeah, I would wait. I would wait as well. Till you graduate. Don't start working as a student.
I mean, I worked as a student.
As an interpreter.
Yeah, I worked as a student interpreter.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because it was a great opportunity.
Okay.
I
Well.
worked at DAS, which is the agency on RIT's campus, as a
Okay.
student interpreter.
Okay.
And then you have the support of RIT's interpreters to back you.
I thought you meant you freelanced as a student, basically.
No.
That's okay.
No. I
Okay.
worked at the school agency. I wouldn't say like don't work, but I mean I know some students who have gone to agencies while they're in school.
What do you think of that?
Um if you're allowed to be a student interpreter at your ITP's, like at your school's agency, for lack of a better word,
Yeah.
like if you can work at DAS, why can't you work with Interpretech as a student?
True,
You're doing
honestly.
the same work. It's
True.
that certified versus not certified doing the same work conundrum.
You know what? I just had a virus pop up. I'll cut that out. But
Yeah.
yeah. I I'll explain that later, but yeah. Anyway, I think I have to agree with you actually. Like if you're a student and you're skilled and you're confident you can do the job, then yeah, well, you know what? Why not? Why not work? Get some money. Provide services.
We're not money driven over here or anything.
Oh yeah, no. We don't think about the money. Don't worry about that.
We're not here for the money. Mm,
Mm, but we should
mm.
be paid fairly.
We
Uh,
should be paid fairly.
yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Like like what other professions offer a service and you don't question them getting paid?
Yo, I
Teachers,
don't
but we
know.
don't pay them
Contractors?
well.
Other
Contractors,
contractors? Like house contractors?
yeah.
Maybe.
You pay your electrician without wondering.
No, yeah, that's true. Because you have to pay them No, it's after.
No, you pay them after.
You pay them after.
You might not know what you're paying them until after, and you're like, God, please don't. Please don't make me pay you more than I have in my bank account.
Right?
I just need my dryer to work, please.
Right? Oh my gosh. I renovated a condo in another life, and we were dealing with contractors all the time. What other profession just allows you to not show up or like be 5 hours late and it's okay?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's another That's another podcast.
It's another podcast.
Anyway, let's end this train wreck so I
Anyway,
can edit and
LOL. It's
post
not
it.
that bad. I think we did great until cancel culture.
We
After
did.
an hour, we got a little rambly.
It's fine. That's podcast norms, right?
I think so. I think we should keep it at like an hour, though.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good talk.
Good talk.
Let's put a pin
Did you end the
in.
recording?
No, wait. How do I do that?